Viewers, welcome to Crux of the Matter. Today we are speaking to Swami Vigyanand ji, founder and global chairman of the World Hindu Foundation and chief organizer of World Hindu Congress that has become the leading advocacy platform for one of the world's great and ancient traditions, religions, philosophies, that is Hinduism. He is an authority on Sanatana Dharma, a distinguished scholar on Hinduism and a tireless campaigner for Hindu empowerment. Swamiji is also Joint General Secretary of the Vishwa Hindu Parishad, Bharat. He did his bachelor's in engineering from the Indian Institute of Technology, Kharagpur, India. Swamiji, thank you for speaking to me on Crux of the Matter. It is always
Namaste.
a pleasure
Namaste.
to speak to someone who can hold forth on what really has become one of the most talked about traditions across the globe. First, I want to begin, Swamiji, by asking you, what was the need to set up the World Hindu Foundation? Can you explain its role and objectives to us?
See, World Hindu Foundation, World Hindu Congress and World Hindu Economic Forum, I am just telling you the purpose was that we as a Hindu, we need to focus on some of the critical area of discourse in the world, and that comes from the economy, education, academia, media, politics. These are the core principles on which any society progress and move forward. And these are the area as a whole, as a Hindu community, we have not focused on strategically. So I always tell any society want to be respected, they need to focus on these 5 areas. And who will drive? The 50% of our population is the women, they will drive. The second is the youth and general Hindu society. This is how the structure is that. Therefore, we have created for economy World Hindu Economic Forum. For education, we have created Hindu Education Board. For academics, we have created World Association Hindu Academician. For media, we have created Hindu Media Forum. For politics, we have created World Hindu Democratic Forum. For women, we have created Hindu Women Forum. And youth, Hindu Students Youth Network. For general society, we have Hindu Organization Temple and Association Forum. And all these forums come together, organized by World Hindu Foundation. They organize World Hindu Congress. That is the purpose. And purpose is that, again, I am repeating, any society, as we Hindu society, we need to progress in this world with the academic focus on the strategic area, that is economy, education, academia, media and politics.
Swamiji,
this is from my side.
Okay. Swamiji, why does Hindutva get such a bad name in the West, where it is viewed through the narrow prism of caste prejudices and Hindu supremacism? We are constantly told by the West that Hindutva is an exclusivist tradition, despite outreach by people like you and other Hindu seers, etc., and of course even the government of India. This impression doesn't seem to go away. Why?
See, I will give you the 2 historical things. I don't know how your audience will understand. There is a famous poet, Hali, he wrote, "O Deen Hajaji ka bebak peda ke par jisne sato samandar," means Islamic armada crossed all the sea and ocean on the way, and they destroyed everything. But in Bharat, they got drawn in the basin of Ganga and Yamuna. Means the Hindu and Hindu Dharma and Hindu society is unfinished business of aggressive Islam. Same way the evangelical Christian, they failed to convert all our Hindu society. We as a Hindu are united in such a big chunk of land. Even now, Europe is divided in a small country. So entire West Asia is divided in a small country. But here, Hindu in this large land, we are united together. Now in this modern time, they want to defame our identity. That is the Hindu. All our glorious forefather. Right from Shankaracharya coming to the Maharana Pratap. Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj, Swami Vigyanand. They were proud of their Hindu identity. And what happened? This post-Second World War. Post-Second War, I can tell you, all these Western media, especially. I can tell you how this started. If you see, Kennedys have also murdered, but they never blame entire Catholic Christian society. SWRD Bhandar Nahike was also murdered by a Buddhist monk in Sri Lanka, but they never labeled entire Buddhist community as a murderer, or identify their identity. But when Gandhiji was murdered by Nathuram Godse, even now all the people, all the popular media, even BBC, Western media, even I can tell you all the media, they write fanatic Hindu killed Gandhi, radical Hindu killed Gandhi. They will not mention the Nathuram Godse.
There are many Hindu groups.
What we are doing as a World Hindu Congress, World Hindu Foundation and World Hindu Economic Forum, we as a Hindu in the mainstream society, mainstream contemporary world, we are thinking and doing work for larger common good of the Hindu society and also the common good of humanity and larger society. We are focusing on the economy, education, academia, media and politics.
Okay, but you raise Godse. I just want to ask you, Swamiji, many Hindu groups also praise Godse. We have seen on Godse's birthday, etc. Many Hindu groups, some of them are associated also with groups that subscribe to the ideology of the Sangh, etc., who come out and hail him as a hero.
See, there are a small group everywhere, a small group associated with all these groups everywhere. But you cannot blame entire Hindu society as a fanatic and radical.
Right, because of the work of a few rotten apples. Okay, that's a valid point, Swamiji, very valid point. I want to ask you, Hindus in India are about 1 billion. And you yourself have said that, they block the spread really of evangelical Christianity and Islam. Yet the VHP and the Sangh and even the BJP today believe.
Ravi Shankar.
Yes, sir.
Just here, Ravi Shankar, I am just Ravi Jaishankar, Ravi Jaishankar, no?
Rahul
Shivshankar. Rahul Shivshankar. See, you have to understand historical context. First attack started on Bharat from Alexander, 326 before Common Era, 900 years our forefather fought with Greek, Scythian, Parthian, Kushan, Sak and Hun, and we survived. Then our fight still was, we just finished, but again Arab, Turk, Mongol, all these started coming. So we fought with them almost 1000 years. Our fight was still with them. Then the Portuguese, Dutch, French, British came. All these people came and we have survived. Just I am giving you one example. Spanish and Portuguese came to South America within few hundred years, less than 100 years, a few hundred years, you can say. They finished entire South America. Whole America is now Christian. Even the Pope, present Pope, is also from the South America. You all know in Africa what happened to the Africa. The famous Jomo Kenyatta word. When Christian came, they told us, "Pray, eye closed." And when we open our eye, first land was in our hand. Now the Bible is in our hand. Land is in European hand. This is how the evangelical work in the Africa. Europe has their own glorious civilization. Greek civilization, Roman civilization, and all they banished. They have become art part of archaeological museum. Same you can coming to the West Asia, where when Islam emerged, the Mesopotamian, Babylonian, Assyrian, Egyptian, all the civilization vanished. They become part of archaeological museum. But you can see with all the continuous onslaught and a struggle fight, no doubt we are shrinking and shrinking, shrinking territorially, we are shrinking, numerically we are shrinking, we are declining. In spite of that, more than billion Hindu society still exists, that is a great
so I want to ask you, Swamiji.
Because the sacrifice we are standing here.
So I want to ask you, you say we are shrinking, there is this talk constantly of demographic aggression, etc. Who is this threat from? Or why is this feeling so pronounced at this moment in time, especially these days?
This is all because fertility rate is declining. What happened, this is a study across the world. Any society, when you create antenatal tradition, and when the population start declining, so that become a threat, how Japan is such a mighty, prosperous, technologically advanced country is declining. Yearly, 100,000, many 100,000 houses are getting empty, And if you remember when we were young, Japan was heart of innovation, new innovation, technology was coming, but now is not coming because population is aging, you know. There is a saying 4:1 ratio, you know. One person has to look after the 6 person, you know. So the productive population is declining, you know. Same what is happening in Europe. Europe is getting depopulated. You know, latest example is the South Korea getting depopulated. So if society as such will get you know, declining or depopulated, the whole growth, development of civilization is stopped. And this is not my word, you know, we are raising this for last 20 years, you know, last 20 years. But the first time some of the southern state, you know, Telangana, Andhra Pradesh, even now Karnataka, they have started feeling the pinch of this decline.
Yes.
Their fertility rates have come down below even below replacing ratio. Therefore, now the realization is coming, this is good, you know, only one country in this world which has reversed this declining trend, that is Jews, Israeli people, you know. Their fertility rate was sharply declining, but now they have reversed. So if this awareness in the society will take some corrective measure, therefore these are, you can say, concern raised in the public.
तो मैं आपसे एक सवाल पूछना चाहता हूं स्वामी जी. You know, there are people who say there is cartographic and demographic threat to Hinduism. Should the faith then introduce the concept of conversion? Hindutva icons like Savarkar certainly believed in Shuddhikaran. Should we introduce that?
No, see, this is why see, the problem is that people don't understand. This we have introduced, there is no need to introduce. Thousands of years we have practiced in our society, you know. You all know Chanakya, during the Chanakya time, Seleucus' daughter was married to Chandragupta. She was brought in our society. There was no concept of new, just only our society has forgot all those things, no? So we have to reintroduce. This was part of our society. In some of the record, which even mentioned Jawaharlal Nehru also in his record, this Suddhi system, homecoming system, already practiced in our society. What is needed at the time? We need to reintroduce this in a more vigor and strength.
So you believe that the time has come to reintroduce this with more vigor and strength. Okay, let me ask you this, because you know there are political parties in our country, and you know some of them are allies of the Congress in the south. They are part of the India alliance, and they have been attacking Sanatan Dharma. They say it is a disease that needs to be eradicated. Now, how do you react to these people? Where are they coming from? What is their purpose?
See, honestly telling you, Rahul Shivshankar bhai, these are, you know, those who are talking about they will eradicate Sanatan Dharma or Sanatan Dharma equate with the disease. They are suicidal people, you know, they are digging their own grave, you know. As I mentioned you, for 2,300 years, our ancestors are fighting, defending to live with the dignity and respect on this land. And if you calculate as per history, 113 generation we have fought, and we have survived, and we are kicking alive and growing and progressing society. These people who are talking against us, they will not survive. I can tell you, just wait, this is matter of some time. Hindu society is rising, and it will rise in that area also. And actually, these people, DMK and their front, they are all front of the Christian evangelical group, Islamist jihadist groups. They are their face. They are, you can say in English, they are the borrowed knife of jihadist Islam and evangelical Christian. And on behalf of them, they are attacking us.
That's a big charge.
They are suicidal. They are suicidal. In this process, they will get destroyed.
But what they say is that if Sanatan Dharma is so inclusive and tolerant, why did it result in caste discrimination? Why is there such caste discrimination in Hindutva and Sanatan Dharmic traditions?
Okay, let me tell you, Rahul bhai, I am writing a book, you know, and it will be get published by April, May, June. It will be published, and I have given all the answer in this. Now, my book is the Hindu Manifesto. I will give you example. Where is the caste discrimination? I will give the classic example. You know, when Draupadi Swayamvar was there, you know, as per the present so-called, sociologist, the Draupadi belonged to the Kshatriya clan. So only Kshatriya should have gone for her what is called Swayamvar. But along with the Kshatriya, even Pandava in guise of Brahmin went there. So even Brahmin were accepted. And you all know that our Karna identity was known ki he is a son of charioteer, Sutaputra, that Sutaputra also went to that Swambar. He also attempted for the Swambar. Only Draupadi rejected. That is her choice, This is how our society is given freedom to the ladies, She has a choice. If she don't want, so she can refuse. But as a society, no one has stopped Karna to come for the what is called our Swambar. So you can say historically our society has never believed in the caste discrimination. It is the modern time, especially the caste is all introduced by the European. The very famous book written by this Nicholas Dirk, The Caste of Mind. He was a president of the what is called famous Berkeley University. You see, University of California, Berkeley. Caste of Mind. He also wrote all these caste is created by this census created by the British during the time, and he gave the example Edgar Thurston, who wrote the Caste and Tribe in Southern India, such a big 7-volume book. And before that, you see the same Madras presidency, when they have Adam Education Service there, they are mentioning the Brahman, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Muslim, and they have not mentioned all the caste. So this caste, you can say, is all creation of 125 years.
But Swamiji,
one other word I will tell you, one sociologist.
Swamiji, there are still people who choose to convert out of the Hindu faith. We know that there are large number of people, especially tribals and Dalits, who are taking to Bodh or other faiths, and they do so because they feel that they are not treated as equals. Why has Hindu society not been able to overcome this evil of caste discrimination? Even Savarkarji worked very hard to try and eradicate caste, bring everybody together, so much so that Prime Minister had to issue an appeal along the lines of Ek hain to safe hain, to impress upon people that Hindu society will treat them well and will keep them safe.
No, Rahul bhai, I can tell you another thing, in modern time one sociologist has wrote, which I am repeating, that is his word, There was a time, there was a casteism in India. This is the word, quote unquote. There was a time, there was a casteism in India, but there was no caste consciousness, But now, but there is no caste, but there is a caste consciousness. Means everybody is eating in the hotel, railway station here. There is no untouchability on the, this whole so-called caste factor came in the terms of untouchability, in the sense every place, everybody is eating, nobody is discriminating. But now there is a caste consciousness. All these caste consciousness created by politicians, and because politicians thrive on the division, that is how the caste political system is growing on in Bharat. As a Hindu society, we need to work on this. If there is anywhere weakness in the Hindu society, we need to correct that. We accept it, But historically, I am telling you, there was no basis of discrimination in the basis of caste in Hindu society.
So, Swamiji, you mentioned certain netas and politicians.
Now, to continue with this, there is no basis of continue to this on this basis of caste.
Okay, so you referred to certain politicians creating this sort of caste structures, etc. Now, there's talk about caste census. There's talk about constantly giving different parts of society caste quotas. Do you believe that these perpetuate fault lines in Hindu society? They entrench caste consciousness.
See, because their agenda,
should they be done away with?
I fully agree with you. I fully agree with your point. These are the people, the politicians are divisive people. They only want to perpetuate this division in the Hindu society. They are talking about the caste, but if you ask them their caste, they are not ready to say their caste, but they want to have a caste census. They are like a parasite. They are like a vulture, I don't want to explain. You all know, those who understand, they are vulture surviving on the corpus, So they are the vulture, They want to subvert the Hindu society, to destroy Hindu society, and therefore they are talking about all these things. But they will not be successful. Hindu society is rising, Hindu society is growing, and the consciousness is coming. That consciousness is coming, and one day they will be defeated, and they will become part of you can say they will become part of archaeological museum.
Okay. Well, Swamiji, the Congress has moved a motion in Parliament calling for a discussion on atrocities being committed upon Muslims by VHP and other groups that work alongside the RSS. How do you react to the linking of certain saffron outfits to a muscular Hindutva and religious supremacism. That is the charge. You know that the motion has been moved today by the Congress.
Okay. I see. Rahul bhai, let understand the facts based on the data. You know, can all these outfit can give proper data where Hindu outfit member of our RSS, Vishnu Parishad, Bajrang Dal, any associate organization has murdered and killed so-called Muslim society and created assault? Can they give the list? And remember, recently our Vishnu Parishad has published a data, authentic data with all the list evidence how our Hindu girls were victim of love jihad and they were murdered. Not only victim of love jihad, they were murdered by their, you know, what is called so-called, you know, friend, you know.
So I want to ask you, because, you know,
I can tell you there is no data. They cannot give any data, proper data with evidence, you know. Same thing, you know, this is the people who talk about this, you know. When I was once in Australia, one journalist asked me, RSS, VHP, Bajrang Dal are terrorist organization, you know. I asked them, you know, question the same thing, you know. Can you show me a single picture of RSS, Bajrang Dal, Vishnu Parishad member blowing building and carrying rocket launcher on the soldier and destroying anything?
Okay, that's, you know, that is
they
what...
They don't have a single evidence. But because this is all fake narrative and a fake propaganda they are continuing, because they, you know, what is called, they are multi-headed cobra from all the sides, they are propagating this narrative. And we need to destroy this narrative also.
So, you know, there are many times, I think where this perhaps is coming from, correct me if I'm wrong, is that many VHP yatras during festive times come out and there's violence in those yatras. I think that's what people are talking about, that these yatras have been weaponized to target minorities, etc. That's what they say.
No. See, I am just telling you, just tell me a single incident where Hindu who are majority in their area and they are crossing ayat and there is attack and violence. Always if yatra passing the road, passing to the Muslim area, and then the yatra will be attacked. So all the evidence, even go through the police record, you will see, you will find out. All the, wherever there is a violence is happening, it will be happening in the Muslim majority area. They are the one who start attacking whatever the yatra. From the childhood, I can tell you, still is in memory, you know, Durga Puja yatra procession when it used to happen. Yeah? This is not talking about, when we were child, we are not part of the even Vishnu Parishad, you know. We have seen when Durga Puja procession is coming, is all peaceful, but when it is passing the main road, coming closer to the mosque, you know.
Yeah. So Swamiji, tell me, there are people
that, you know, only because there is a threat from the mosque.
Okay, well, that is a claim you're making, but I just want to ask you, because, you know, these people constantly bring up this, and it's important that there is clarity. Gau Rakshaks, for example, they have routinely taken law into their own hands and targeted minorities on the suspicion of slaughtering cows or for transporting meat. Again, people say, and again, that petition that has been moved by the Congress, that motion details all of this. So, what about Gau Rakshaks? Should they be allowed to do what they are doing?
See, Rahul bhai, you have seen even the live TV. Our people are just only preventing the cow smuggling, and you have seen even the broad road, cow smuggler are smuggling the cow. They are running with the cow. Our Bajrang Dal activists are falling behind them, and in this pursuit, they have thrown the cow from the trucks, and it is all evident, you know. In nowhere, we are only helping the police.
No, but there are times when there are excesses. Do you believe that, you know, the Prime Minister took a position against Gau Rakshak, saying that these people are actually gundas not doing a service to the nation? Do you believe this?
No. See, I totally disagree. I totally disagree with the Prime Minister, you know, because Prime Minister was not properly informed, you know.
Okay.
He also went from the emotions. I totally disagree.
So I want to ask
Prime Minister
Swamiji, then I want to ask you,
therefore I can tell you, after that, I remember Sarsang Chalakji, Param Pujne Mohanji Bhagwat, hai na, said, this is our sacred duty. Our Bajrang Dal Karyakarta, Gau Rakshak, they are not anti-social militant, they are not doing anything wrong. They are only helping the government to protect the cow, which is a part of the, you know, law and order situation.
Okay, Swamiji, one issue that has reached the courts and even the Supreme Court is a feeling among Muslims that Hindus are trying to extract revenge by grabbing their place of worship. Do you think Hindu groups are justified in reclaiming their place of worship, even though
No, no.
this,
See,
even though
you,
this could
where
sow
is
the seeds of
question
conflict?
Grabbing Rahul Bhai.
Yeah.
See, you all know Hagia Sophia Mosque
Yes.
in Turkey, which was originally a pagan temple, and then it became church. Then they converted in the mosque. Then the modern Turkey government that time, you know, they converted into museum. This radical Turkey government of the Erdogan converted again to the mosque. Where is that? Tell me where we have claimed gone into mosque and we have told, look, converted to the temple. These are the, you know, these, there is a Epigraphica India data, you know, how many temples have been destroyed in Bharat, and there is a plenty of data. This is all in government record. Based on that, some of the places we are recalling, you know, that is coming, and we are demanding that, you know. Therefore, Vishnu Parishad demand was always there. Kasi, Mathura and Ayodhya. Ayodhya is now, you can say, settled.
Reclaimed.
Kasi and Mathura is our demand will continue. And as per many society, when this, you know, places of worship was enacted, that time, you know, nobody can give guarantee, you know, as per the society will keep on
but
growing,
Swamiji,
and they will keep on demanding.
I understand, but Swamiji, should there be a line? RSS Chief Mohan Bhagwat ji has said that we cannot go digging under every mosque looking for a shivling. What do you make of this advice from him?
No, no, see, if we are not going and making every places shivling. We are just only reclaiming our temples, you know, some of the temple which is very sacred, and we are just demanding that, you know, just like Sambal. Sambal is a Kalki Bhagwan Mandir or any of the places. So we are just demanding some of the sacred places which has a history. These are Hindu temple, you know, and they are not any other places. We are recalling that. We are not just asking any mosque to be converted into temple.
Okay, well, this has been a very interesting conversation, Swamiji, with you. Thank you for clarifying the position on certain issues which are or have
Rahul
been
bhai,
in the news.
Thank you for asking all these questions.
Namaste.
Hope all
Thank
your
you.
viewer can have understand my point of view.
No, of course, you have been extremely clear and forthright in your views. Thank you very much. Namaste, Swamiji.